Jason, what do you know about 5G?
I know that there's like a weird thing, like everybody had 5G, then had LTE, a lot of different things. But yeah, fast cell phone service.
Yes, fast cell phone service. How do you feel about 6G?
I don't know. I feel like they probably don't even have 5G down, and now they're like, because it took them so long to upgrade to 5G, and it barely worked, and then now we're going to 6G.
Yes, that is right. We are going to 6G because Japanese companies introduced the first ever 6G device 500x faster than 5G. Yes.
I question, like, what are you doing that needs 500 times faster internet than what you're doing on your phone already?
That's true. The thing is that four Japanese companies, Docomo, NTT, NEC, and Fujitsu have jointly created the first ever 6G device prototype. It is said to be 500 times faster than a 5G device and can transfer data to a distance of 330 feet.
That's not very far.
It's not very far.
Not very far at all.
So the thing is that since there's no existing infrastructure that can support 6G technology, it'll be a few years before it is introduced to the public.
Yeah, the real issue is that there would need to be a need for it to exist. And I feel like at this point, a lot of people are fine with like 5G at this point.
I do think that a lot of people are fine with 5G. But the thing is, I have a couple more things to say. But before that, if you like interesting content like this, consider subscribing. We put out interesting videos daily. We have a library of over 400 videos. And the thing is, subscribing is free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it does really help out the channel. So consider subscribing. So the thing is, a group of Japanese companies, like I mentioned, have propelled us to a whole new world of technology with the first ever prototype for a 6G device. It was successfully tested on April 11th. 6G offers a staggering data transmission speed of 100 gigabytes per second, which is at least 20 times more than a 5G processor, and its overall speed is 500 times faster than a 5G device.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. I feel like that's like faster than 99.9% of people's internet.
Oh yeah,
like at their,
that is true.
Like directly from their wall.
Directly from their, yeah, I could believe that.
Like Wi-Fi is typically a little bit slower because you have to go through air or through the walls or whatever else you have in the way. But that is just insane.
Yeah, the thing is, to give you an idea of how fast this really is, you could download 5 HD movies per second. At this rate, what's more, it could transfer data at a distance, like I mentioned, of 330 feet or 100 meters.
Yeah, no, I do not think this is going to be possible.
I think the thing is that who would need this?
I mean, it would have to be a very interesting implementation of the technology. It would have to be like everywhere.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
of like the way like it has such a short distance. It'd have to be like in every single like piece of road or in every wall of a building or something. I don't know. It'd be kind of wild.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, how did this invention happen? So the thing is, the project started back in 2021 when 4 companies joined hands to research the sub-terahertz device, which paved the way for 6G. Sub-terahertz is a type of wireless communication that operates at a frequency in the range of 0.3 terahertz to 3 terahertz or 300 GHz to 3000 gigahertz to 3000.
That's really high.
This is
300 gigahertz is really high. Like when you're thinking about this, like the frequencies, like if you look at like a little wave scale, like this is really tiny distance between each thing, and because it's so tiny and like you could send a lot of data through it. But even with 5G, the level of like a I guess communication, the frequency range is so high that like you could stop it with like a wall. And if you put your hand between the device and the tower,
You
it
could
could get
stop it.
block it. Or if there was a tree in front of it, you know, like a lot of things can like stop this thing from like transmitting the data. Like if you look right now, a lot of times when you look at buildings in like if you go to downtown SF or something, you'll see on buildings and stuff they have a lot of different towers, and it's to like these. They look like panels, and sometimes they hide them inside the building,
Yeah.
and it's because the buildings block the signal, and
Oh, okay.
so they have to put more towers everywhere.
So there's towers everywhere. Typically,
Everywhere, yeah, and it's to get this level of like data transmission, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Every leaf needs to have this antenna.
Yeah. So a couple of other things too here. I'll put it up here what each company exactly did, because NTT came up with an advanced 300 gigahertz band wireless device that could process 100 gigabytes per channel over 100 meters. Docomo came up with the wireless transmission equipment that could process 100 gigabytes per second or across the 100-meter range. And then NEC analyzed the wireless system that configured for telecommunication in the 100 gigahertz band. And then Fujitsu researched on semiconductor technology to reduce power consumption.
Jeez.
They did a lot, by the way. So the thing is that what makes 6G so much faster is that it operates on the untapped 100 gigahertz and 300 gigahertz frequency bands, whereas 5G operates on the lower frequency bands of 6 gigahertz to 40 gigahertz.
Yeah, that's untapped because it's useless. You're basically sending out beams of radio waves at people.
Beams of radio.
Dude, that's that's really high.
Yeah.
The higher for the frequency, the more energy is being like shot out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I think you have up here like there's 100+ antenna elements. Like that. That's a lot of antennas. True. Like
that is a
for
lot
your
of antennas.
A device. Like how big is this device gonna be? I think each phone normally has like a couple antennas that are tuned to a specific frequency, but like 100+, this is gonna be insane.
Yes, it is gonna be insane. So the thing is, when can we expect 6G devices to hit the market? You actually might be right on that, because the thing is, while the above mentioned 6G prototype is a huge step forward for the future of internet technology, it will be a while before it's made available to the public. Using higher frequency has its own issues. Firstly, environmental factors like rain and walls become more prominent. At this level, causing disruption in data flow, especially indoors. So companies will need to find a fix for this problem. And secondly,
there is no fix.
There
is no fix.
They keep on putting more and more up.
You get put mirrors up or something. I don't know.
So secondly, the existing 5G infrastructure is not built to handle 6G devices.
Well, yeah.
New infrastructure will have to be built from scratch. It will probably be a few years before we get a 6G device.
So okay.
Yeah.
I will say this, like the fact is that a lot of companies were releasing 5G LTE, and 5G LTE was just upgraded 4G.
Yeah,
it wasn't even 5G. And then a lot of times the 5G we get is not true, like advertised like super crazy fast, because it doesn't work. Because like you were saying before, or we were mentioning, is that 5G signal can't really go, like high frequencies can't go through walls very well.
And apparently rain and walls, anything, your hand probably.
Hand, trees, clouds, buildings, corners, tinfoil.
And the thing is, like, I feel like building the infrastructure for 5G already took such a long time.
Yeah.
And it's still not even, I feel like
it's there, but it's not what you think. When you think of 5G, what it was advertised as, you're thinking of like the super blazing fast. You'll only get those from like if you're at maybe like a sports stadium and you're sitting in the seats. They have a lot of like cell signals and stuff in like sporting arenas, and they probably have the like upgraded super network to handle that, and you'll get like insane speeds potentially. Or there'll be too many people on the network,
Yeah,
and
that's
you get
what I was
nothing.
about to say. I never get almost any signal when there's a bunch
Yeah.
of people around, and yeah. So yes, I would like to know from our audience what they think about this.
I think this is gonna be, I don't know. It'd probably be useful in some aspects, but I feel like some version of 6G will come out, but it won't be this like 500 times faster than this. It's gonna be like maybe what 5G is supposed to be, and that's what everybody's gonna receive. And I think that'd be a pretty good upgrade if you can get like true 5G speed, but like normally.